The Constitution of India. Preamble. We, the people of India, having solemnly resolved to constitute India into a sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic republic and to secure to all its citizens justice, social, economic and political, liberty of thought, expression, belief, faith and worship, equality of status and of opportunity, and to promote among them all fraternity, assuring the dignity of the individual and the unity and integrity of the nation. In our Constituent Assembly, this 26th day of November 1949, do hereby adopt, enact and give to ourselves this Constitution.
Hello my dear children, welcome back. Hope all are seriously watching videos, doing your work systematically. We have seen new students introducing themselves. Now listen to two more new students.
Hi, I am Deepak. I am from Alathur. I studied in Holy Family Convent UP School, Alathur. The main reason for me to join this school is the training and coaching given to the extracurricular activities. Now I am very happy to be the part of Gurukulam. Thank you.
Hi friends, I am a new student of 8th B. My name is Dio. I was studied in GUPS Ailur and my hobbies are drawing and swimming. Thank you.
Thank you children. Hope we will meet soon. Now back to our class. Today we begin with a new chapter. This chapter, Ancient Tamilagam, deals with the ancient history of Kerala. Then why do we want to study about Tamilagam? Yes, because in ancient days, the region of Kerala was also the part of Tamilagam. Okay children, do you know till where Tamilagam stretches? That means from which place to which place? Let's see. The ancient Tamilagam stretches from Tirupati in Andhra Pradesh to Kanyakumari. It includes Kerala, Tamil Nadu, Karnataka and southern part of Andhra Pradesh. Okay children, so before moving to the lesson, listen to the ancient Tamil song.
Karam cheguve, karam cheguve, അച്ചുടേച്ച കാട്ടാരം പൊരുന്തിയ ചിറ്റുവൻ പല്ലി പോലത്തനൊടു ചുരം പലവന്തവമെക്കുമരുളി വിയൻ മലരകൻ പൊയിലെ മത്താഴി അകലിതാ കവനെ മോനനന്തലേ മുരൂർ കലൈഞ്ചേ കോവേ.
So children, I hope you were able to follow the rhythm of the song even though the language is Tamil. It is an ancient Tamil song where a widow is asking a potter to make an urn for her deceased husband. She requested the potter to make the urn wide enough so that she can also be fitted in that. Okay, so what did you understand from this poem? Yes, there was a custom to bury the remains of the dead in a big urn, and these urn burials are known as Nannangadis. Let me repeat. The practice of burying the remains of the deceased in a big urn prevailed in ancient Tamilagam. Such urns were known as urn burials or Nannangadi.
അതായത് മരിച്ചയാളുടെ ഭൗതിക അവശിഷ്ടങ്ങൾ വലിയ മൺപാത്രങ്ങളിലാക്കി സൂക്ഷിച്ചു വയ്ക്കുന്ന സമ്പ്രദായം പ്രാചീന തമിഴകത്ത് നിലവിലുണ്ടായിരുന്നു.
In some areas, big stones were placed above such urn burials. Locally available stones were used for this.
ഡോൾമെൻ കൽമേശ, റോക്ക് ചേംബർ മുനിയറ, കുടക്കല്ല്, സാക്കോഫേഗസ് കൽത്തൊട്ടി, മെൻഹിർ നാട്ടുകല്ല്, etc. are remarkable among them.
These stones are known as megalithic monuments, and the period where they were constructed known as megalithic period. Clear? Okay, now let's discuss the important sources of information in the history of ancient Tamilagam. The important sources are the megalithic monuments, travelogues, coins, the ancient Tamil songs, and a few Tamil inscriptions. These were the major sources of information. Different types of tools have been found from these megalithic monuments. They include spear, sword, knife, hook, nail, etc. Hence, this period is known as Iron Age in the South Indian history. So children, many megalithic monuments have been found from different parts of South India. They are
കൊടുമനാൽ, അലഗരായ്, തിരുക്കമ്പലിയൂർ, പഴനി, അടിച്ചനെല്ലൂർ, ചേരമങ്ങാട്, മറയൂർ and Umichipoil are the major places among them.
Okay children, now let's discuss about Sangam literature. The word Sangam literally means association. The ancient Tamil songs provide more information about the human life in the ancient Tamilagam. The collection of these ancient Tamil songs is known as Sangam literature. It is the most ancient among all the Tamil literature. Clear? Okay, so let's see who were the major poets of Sangam period.
Vayar, Kapilar, Paranar, Mathurai Nakiran, Palai Gaudamanar, etc. were the major poets of the period.
The works of these poets have been compiled in different texts, and these are classified in accordance with the period of composition and theme. Okay children, so let's watch the details of Sangam works. These are the literary works like grammar, epics, songs, etc. The ancient Tamil songs are classified into Agam Pattugal and Puram Pattugal. The theme of Agam Pattugal is mainly personal and family affairs. The Puram Pattugal treat mainly affairs like war and trade. അതായത് പ്രാചീന തമിഴകത്തിലെ സോങ്സിനെ രണ്ടായി ഡിവൈഡ് ചെയ്തിട്ടുണ്ട് അകംപാട്ടുകൾ ആൻഡ് പുറംപാട്ടുകൾ. അതിൽ മെയിനായിട്ടും അകംപാട്ടുകളിൽ സബ്ജക്റ്റ് എന്ന് പറയുന്നത് പേഴ്സണൽ ഫാമിലി അഫയേഴ്സ് ആയിരുന്നു അകംപാട്ടുകളിലെ വിഷയം. പുറംപാട്ടുകളിലെ വിഷയം അവരുടെ കച്ചവടവും അതുപോലെ തന്നെ യുദ്ധവുമായി ബന്ധപ്പെട്ട കാര്യങ്ങളായിരുന്നു അതിൽ പ്രതിപാദിച്ചിട്ടുണ്ടായിരുന്നത്. സോ ദീസ് ആർ ദ ടു ക്ലാസിഫിക്കേഷൻ ഓഫ് ഏൻഷ്യൻ തമിഴ് സോങ്സ്, അകംപാട്ടുകൾ ആൻഡ് പുറംപാട്ടുകൾ. The Sangam literature illustrate the physiography, plentiful resources, ornaments, dressing pattern, food habits and the beliefs of the period. Okay children, so that's all for today. Watch the video carefully. We will meet in the next class. Bye.